everyone, welcome to Books Amaze. My name is Avni and today in this video I am going to talk about 5 books by Indian authors that I want to read this year and which I think everybody should read as well. And my last year in terms of reading was very good. I read a diverse set of books by very many authors based out of different countries. But this year I want to read more books based on India or written by Indian authors. Now there are several Indian authors that I want to read which are on my TBR list, but if I'll start listing all of them, this video will be very long. So that's why I've just handpicked 5 Indian authors that I want to read, or 5 books by different Indian authors that I want to read. And I have handpicked these 5, or why I'm mentioning these 5 in this video is because these are the top 5 ones which intrigued me a lot and attracted me a lot. Plus, when I was researching about good Indian books to read, these top 5 were the ones which has gotten a lot of good reviews on Goodreads and all the other platforms as well. So you can also consider this video as a recommendation video in case you are wondering which are the good Indian books that you should read. The very first book on my TBR list is A Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. This is a historical fiction written by Khushwant Singh based on India-Pakistan partition in 1947. There are various books based on partition stories, but this novel is considered as sort of a classic book written on partition, and it was one of the earliest Indian novels which captured the horrors of partition. The rating of this book on Goodreads is 3.87 out of 5, which is quite a good rating, and it is a very easy book to read. Even if you are a beginner, you can read it, and it is barely of 200 pages, I think, so it's a quick read. So even if you are a beginner, you are wondering which book should you start with, this is your book, guys. Now the second book on my TBR list has to be The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. Now I must admit that I am guilty of abandoning this book once, which is something that I am not very proud of. And the reason for that is that this book takes a lot of time to make sense. Yes, this book takes a lot of time to make sense, and also there are very many characters in this book which sort of confuses you at the beginning. But having said that, despite of all of these things, why I am including this book in my list is because of the writing style of this book. The writing style is extremely beautiful. It feels like poetry. It feels like you are just into another dimension and you are just lost in this book when you start reading it. But yes, you have to be patient with this book, and it will take some time to get hooked with the story or to get hooked with the writing style and the world that Arundhati Roy offers you. So you have to be patient with this book. But honestly, in terms of the language, in terms of the literature of this book, I haven't read any book, any Indian book, which is as beautiful as The God of Small Things is. This is a story of 2 twins, Estha and Rahel, who separated in their childhood because of a tragic accident, but they meet years later, and how everything has changed around them or is still the same. And it talks about their surroundings, their life, the people who were in their life earlier, and it also talks a lot about India in general. But it is a sad book. It is a gloomy book. But I think that the books which have a sad plot in them have a lot more to offer in terms of literature than the happy ones. And this book also won the Man Booker Prize Award, which is another reason to read this book. And the Goodreads rating of this book is 3.93 out of 5. The third book that I want to read this year is The Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. This is a Hindu mythology book where our epic Mahabharata has been retold by the point of view of Draupadi. It is told by the viewpoint of a woman who was living in a patriarchal world, who was a wife to 5 Pandavas, who was living in an exile to wilderness, and who was slowly learning the truth about her mysterious friend Krishna. I have always loved reading different versions of Hindu mythological books, especially like graphical versions and illustrated versions, which make them more interesting to read. And this different type of version from Panchali's point of view of Mahabharata is surely not one to miss. This book has gained a lot of popularity and praises everywhere. Everybody is liking it, and a Goodreads rating of 4.14 out of 5 is a solid proof of that. And since I haven't read any Hindu mythologically recently, I think I'm gonna pick this next. Talking about Indian books, how can I miss Salman Rushdie? He is one of the most celebrated Indian authors of all time. Although some people argue that he is not Indian, he is a Britisher, but he is still of Indian origin, and the book that I'm going to talk about is about India. So yeah, I'm including him in this list. The book is Midnight's Children. This book is again a story based on partition, but with a slight difference. The genre of this book is history mixed with magical realism. Now those of you who don't know what magical realism is sort of like a fantasy fiction, but it is happening in this very real world that we live in. So this book talks about those children who were born at midnight between 12 to 1 am on the night when India got its freedom, and these children have superpowers. So this book talks about supernatural powers, Islamic world, patriotism, and a bit of politics as well. But it is not at all a political book. In fact, it is way different than that. You can say that it is sort of a fantasy kind of a book. And this book is not only loved by Indians but by so many people around the globe. And if you are a bibliophile, you must read this book. This book has a rating of 3.99 on Goodreads out of 5, and yes, this book again is a Man Booker Prize winner. Now my last pick of this list would be A Suitable Boy by Vikram Seth. Now this is a huge book. This is in fact one of the fattest novels in India. It has around 1400 pages. But still, I have seen people reading this book, rereading this book twice or thrice in a year. It is one of the most famous novels of India, and this book has everything. This has love story, this has affairs, this has scandals, this has riots, this has politics, this has humor, this is sadness and whatnot. Rating for A Suitable Boy is 4.11 out of 5. So these were the top 5 Indian books that are right now in my TBR. I know I haven't included so many good books and so many good authors such as R.K. Narayan, Rabindranath Tagore, Anuja Chauhan, Amish Tripathi, Rohinton Mistry, Manu Joseph, Kiran Desai, Anita Desai, Amitav Ghosh, and there are so many more good authors. So probably sometime I'll make another video talking about these remaining books and these authors. I have read some other good books by Indian authors as well and have also reviewed them on my channel, such as The White Tiger by Arvind Adiga, The Interpreter of Maladies by Jhumpa Lahiri, Khachar Gochar by Vivek Shanbag, 100 Little Flames by Preeti Shenoy, Mrs. Funny Bones by Twinkle Khanna, Why I Am a Hindu by Shashi Tharoor, and there are many other books which you will find on my channel. If you'll search for book reviews, there's a playlist for book reviews, so you can check out all my videos over there. I hope you have liked this video, and let me know in the comment section below which are the books that you have read out of all of these that I have mentioned and which one should I pick first. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you soon with another video. Till then, you guys take care of yourself, keep reading and keep smiling. Bye.